What's up, y'all? Chase, you got me laughing. You got me laughing before it dropped out. Your cool-ass vape smoke. That's cracking me up. What's up, y'all? I've been drinking a little bit of white wine, a little bit of Prosecco, a little bit of warm-up. Jumping into this thing strong. What's up, Filipino Reefer? You got on here early. What's up, Lauren? Good to have you on from down under. Who else we got? We got anybody else? You got to tell us about tomorrow. If you're our only Aussie, then you totally have to give us our tomorrow update. Because that matters. I want to know what's up. I want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. Right? Doesn't everybody? No, for reals. You better get your act together because it's coming. Rusty. We got some Rusty. We got some Rusty. What's up, Justin? How you doing? Matt, Rob, good to have you on, sir. You're fun over in the Discord. I just want to show you that because that's enjoyable. Algae Warrior, Peter T, Wade, Steve. Oh, I saw Switzerland in here somewhere, didn't I? Drum clock. Did I say that right? You gotta spell that out phonetically, or I'm totally gonna get that wrong. Luis. Maybe I already said Chase. I'm not sure. All right, cool. What up, Cam? Cam, you are the most positive, especially when you get to rant, because I like it. You're a very positive human, and your children are beautiful. Take that for what it's worth, because you know what I mean. All right, y'all. I don't know what we're going to talk about. What up, AK and Skywalker? What? What's happening tomorrow? Exactly, Lynn. What is happening tomorrow? That's the question at hand. And our Australian sister, who's in the house, is going to help us understand that. We're a little late. It's a little morning-ish in Australia, isn't it? I think I put a little clock doohickey thing in here to see what's up. It is 8:02 a.m. in Perth. So some of y'all people is up. But the idea here is our Australian friends, what's up, Scotty? They're gonna let us know what's up. They're gonna give us the tomorrow update. Because they're from the future, right? My printer's making noise. They're going to tell us what's going on. Oh, that thumbnail. This is not the light testing you're looking for, people. Man, we're up to 3 streams attempting to discredit the method. You got 2 BRSs and a Reef dudes trying to beat a brother down. I'm like, come on. It's all relevant. It all matters. I like your testing. I like their testing. I like my testing. You should take it for what it's worth. 10 a.m. in who? Perth shows me 8 a.m., but I don't know where the hell that is, and I just know that Lauren was driving off to that thing like a couple days ago or yesterday or something, and that was like 4 hours away. Whatever. All I know of Australia is up at the top left. That's where the see, I'm gonna have a moment here. That's where the whale sharks and mantas like to hang out. And then back in the day when CDs were a thing, there was this thing from Alice to Ocean, which was a little bit of it teaches us about Australia and how everything wants to kill us, but it really wasn't that kind of vibe, but whatever. I agree. All testing matters, Lynn. My testing is absolutely the worst the light is going to perform, and that's intentional. This is the absolute worst that you can expect from a light. This is not the best. This is not placing a light in the environment that is going to allow it to perform better than it really, really is going to when you bring it home. This is not testing that's going to make you think the light you bought is sufficient for your use. That's that testing. That's the best that light's ever going to perform. Mine is the worst the light's ever going to perform. Decide where you want to be in the middle, because I am not a clean tanker. Tasmania? I know Tasmania. That's cool. For reals? You're from Tasmania? 10 a.m. in Tasmania. Are you there right now? So you're like super tomorrow. You're like more tomorrow than Lauren. Is that what's happening? Agreed, Algae War. That is absolutely the right answer. Why is my am I clipping my audio? My gain seems a little excessively high. So, like I said, I'm rocking a little prosecco this morning. This morning. See, it's as if I'm in Australia this evening. What's up, Adam? How are you, sir? Let's get to. Oh, what's this? Did the ICP? How come that blocked? Did you delete it? How come it was there and then it was gone? Did the ICP see? What's the ICP test challenge? Because I ICP already. Why do I need to ICP? Why do I need a challenge to ICP? I am so not a side glass. Like people post those side, pictures. I ain't my action. More tomorrow than me. Tomorrow Taylor is also more tomorrow than me. There's a whole lot of tomorrow going on, and it's confusing. All right, yeah, I'm not a side glass kind of guy. That tank's a mess. But whatever. Everybody's systems. What's up, Phil? Everybody's systems are different, right? So take the testing for what it's worth. Their testing is super valuable. It's really valuable. I like their testing. I think that matters. Showing me what the light's going to do. I mean, it's a little unrealistic because, the bottom is completely empty. There's no sand. There's no stuff in the tank. There's no whatever. It's perfectly clean. That is the best any light is going to perform, period. I like that testing. That matters. But, I use it for what it's worth. Let's talk. Is that off to the side? Is that good enough? So, yeah, hey. This sucker is heavy. I talked to... This is the Uno. And the Duo is over here. And I'm going to post this test tomorrow. I talked to Daniel from Reefi today. I had a question about spectrum selection on the Uno. And I'll tell you right now, that Uno at a $350 price US is a beast of a freaking light. It puts the smackdown solidly on the XR15. But it has a very unconventional spectrum. But I don't know that matters. So I'm going to put it over my tank tonight when all the lights are off because I want to see, or in the morning. I don't want to see what that thing looks like. It is a super powerful, this little light, the size of an XR15, is pulling 150 watts. And it's putting out way more par than an XR15 ever wanted to. It's very, very similar to an XR30 for a $350 light. It's just small, right? So you're going to have that shadowing. So, like, by 2. And you're still way money ahead, that kind of thing. But whatever. I'm going to share that data tomorrow, I think. I got to finish up the write-up, and I got to put the spectrum charts together. I wonder if I have an XR15 chart. Because I would love to overlay the par value, like scaled spectrum from that light, versus an XR15. I think that'd be fun to watch or fun to see, or people would get butthurt. But, people have their pet peeves. By the way, like I already said it, stop making videos about the test method. It's not going to make your lights any better. It's just not going to do it. Like I've said before, and I've said on this stream, the smart ones don't comment. You don't have to challenge. All that data kind of matters. Does anyone know where I can find a Picasso clownfish? Nope. This is the Uno. And check out those quads. There's a couple of little quads. These are freaking super violet-y. Those quads are violet, and they mean it. They're powerful. Algae Warrior, what'd you see? Did you see the Uno or the Duo Extreme? Because the Duo Extreme is right here, too. I like them both. I think they're really good lights. I enjoyed my conversation with Daniel. He's a solid dude, and I like what he's doing. I wish him all the best, and I can't wait to see what else he's going to make. I offered up my assistance. If he needs help, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to keep my mouth shut, whatever. But I think he's doing good things. What he said is he is really trying hard because he could totally charge way more money for these lights. It's got a 3-year warranty. This is good. Both of them. He said he's trying to add value to lights. And he's doing it, right? By not charging the prices of the competitors because he is directly competing with the big names. I can tell you the data supports that. He is adding value to the community. So if you want really good lights, but you don't want to pay that money, this 3-year warranty. I dig it. There's Picassos at Fantastic? Justin, when are you going to get your corals from me? The Duo. You can get $100 off this thing, so that makes it a $650 light. That's legit. I don't know if you can get these overseas, but I really like this thing. The freaking Uno is so powerful. You got to turn that thing down. So, yeah, Calc Slurry, solid. I have had the best stability that I think I have. Is it? Yeah, it is Wi-Fi controllable, Lynn. Hey, Lynn, what are you doing tomorrow? Because I want to come over and drop those pumps off. Maybe in the morning. I'd like to pick up that one pump too. And if you want to see these, I'll bring them over before I ship them back. Rob, I would love to Roger that milk. I'm looking forward to Luca's lights too. What just happened? What's up, Mark? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hello, mother. How you doing? You got a busy weekend? I haven't talked to you in a minute. He won't join your stream because of the Star Wars quote. Which Star Wars quote? I'll have to hit him up. Chris is funny. I like Chris. Oh, it's Clevin. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Yeah, so Slurry has been rock solid. Remember, I'm dosing. My Slurry is 1 cup per gallon. 1 cup of calcium hydroxide, 1 cup of whatever. Calcium hydroxide per 1 gallon of water. And I keep that moving with the J-Bow. J-Bow's still running. 100 and whatever days, 120 days. Actually, my ALK right now is 8.7, which is interesting. That's the first time I've hit 8.7 in a few days. What's up, B? But I might head to the swap, but I could leave it outside. If you pick it, let me know. Isn't the swap, like, aren't you going to be rolling down 95? Let me know. Let me know if you're traveling, because I can meet you. I don't want to say I meet you at the truck stop, because that kind of sounds weird. But I'm happy to meet you at the truck stop and do some swapping if you're interested. Bring that pump with you. And let me know if there's anything cool at the swap. Who was asking? Somebody was asking. Yeah, Slurry. It works. It continues to work. There were... I'll get to it because it's in here. Here, yeah. So the kid got this mic, and he got my. You can see it down there. He got my old amp, and it works just fine on that PC. And he is digging his business. If anyone's in the Virginia area, there's a swap. Yep, there is. I should have pulled the picture so I could show it. These are my pH gains of late. My tank has been, like I said, super stable. And I don't know why, other than I'm not messing with it. Rob, you're going to the swap? Are you back in town? Yeah, I'm digging it. So see that Pactenia? That's Lynn's. That's Lynn's fault. It really looks like that. There's Space Invaders, 2 Space Invaders behind that. One of them's Justin's. One of them's mine, which was Moki's way back in the day. Inappropriate reefers. But I love that. That's a solid one. Hold on, let me catch up. I dig that Pectinia. That thing is beautiful. Rob, you are more than welcome. Let's schedule some time. If you're going to be in town, we can sit in the driveway and have a couple beers and shoot the poo. I mean, we could get a couple people over maybe and hang out. I'm cool with that. Let me know if you're interested. Thanks, Lynn. But that Pectinia there, that thing is super pretty. Lauren, that is this. So this is, if I'm drinking a little bottle of white or something, it's going to be 2 glasses. 1 bottle is 2 glasses as far as I'm concerned, unless it's one of those kind of nights and it's already coming in its own glass. Do I choose less carbonated drinks for live streams? Generally not. Usually there's something fizzy, something a little pinky up, something a little foo-foo, unless I'm doing a a bad advice episode, and then it's totally going to be Bud Light in a big glass. But Prosecco is freaking carbonated. It's got the bubbly in it, and I don't like it, but I've had enough of it now that it's cool. It doesn't matter. See, it's got the bubs. See? I did a live once and had a gin and tonic and forgot I might need the little burps. Yeah, so, So first, I'm old. So there's going to be some burping action. That's just the way it is. So what I would suggest, and I don't know how, thank you, Paula Powell. Totally unnecessary, and thank you very much. That's nice of you. I don't know how you Australians roll, but if you want to jump on a live stream one day and get to Belgium, we can have it out. I do like a good G&T. I can tell you that. There was this one time. It was last year. There was a little bit of Christmas party action, and then I did a stream, and then I went back to the Christmas party. I was that guy. Generally don't need to be that guy. I was that guy. You got a thumbs down. Oh, that Cleven or Cleven. It is Cleven. All right. So this is totally related to calc slurry. Period. I saw some fun comments from some legitimate reefers who fear the slurry. Oh no, the slurry is coming. About sediment in the tank? No. About the potential of the slurry to wipe out everything? No. Use a good doser. Look at PRS. They were dosing regular old calc and they had an incident, right? It's nowhere. It's not. I don't know how to say it. It's no worse than any other dose that you're going to throw in your tank other than like aminos or something. 2-part, you overdose 2-part, what's going to happen? Your ish is going to die. You overdose saturated calc, your tank's going to overflow, or your ish is going to die. Like BRS, they saved their stuff. They did a bunch of water changes, but whatever. It's you use a good doser, and you pay attention to what you're doing, and you wear a mask when you're scooping out your calcium hydroxide, even if you're using saturated calc, because that matters. Oh, I'm supposed to do a calc episode. I need to do that. Should we do that next week? Chris is here. Chris, you don't like my thumbnail? What's up, dude? This is not the stream you're looking for. Oh, I really want to talk in my voice where people are going to listen to me. And it's going to be heartfelt. And I'm speaking from the heart. Whatever. Stop. Testing's okay. Same risk apply. Totally agree. Have a plan. Be careful. What's up? I get more pH bump with the slurry than with sodium hydroxide. So regular sodium hydroxide. Yeah, sodium hydroxide I stopped, right? I just dumped that down the drain. I didn't need that anymore. I mean, sodium hydroxide, you got to dump a lot. You're messing with your salinity, right? You just got to be careful. A tank is a house of cards. Boy, Michael, that one. Why don't you like my thumbnail, Chris? So, Michael, that one's tricky, dude, because in some cases, like when I had the evil coming through last winter, it is, right? Something hit, it all went to shit quick, and I couldn't recover. What's up, Jake? So, I don't know. In some cases, as long as you're maintaining stability, as long as you're not jacking it up, as long as you're testing, as long as you're paying attention, totally not a house of cards. I agree. If you're doing anything reckless like what I used to do back in the day, way a long time ago, cheers to Shane for hooking me up with a tank about 1 million years ago. And I hope you get back in the hobby, brother. It could go quick. It can go really quick. This is, oh, by the way, this is my alkalinity. This is pretty solid, right? This looks bumpy, but seriously, look at it. It's like 9 to like 9.3. It's just floating around in there. Right now, it's 8.7. It's doing a pretty good job. I told Lynn I wasn't joining as a joke to accepting your... I hear you, dude. Current experiment. So because the tank is so stable, I decided to, and I was watching an older video that BRS did with a rep from Brightwell talking about the benefits of coral aminos. So here's what I did. My alka is pretty damn stable. I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing lighting. I'm not changing what I'm dosing. And other than I started adding 2 mils of coral aminos every day just to see what I'm looking for is an impact to alkalinity. My assumption is, and this may be a really dumb assumption, is that if my corals are happier because they're chowing down on some aminos, that they'll grow and my alkalinity will drop. The tissue may be happier, the tissue may be more colorful, the tissue may be more fluffy. Maybe that means the corals are happy and they grow a little more. If they grow a little more and my alkalinity drops, then I'll have something to say about coral aminos. If my alkalinity kind of stays, then maybe it's not helping me out. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. My assumption is if my corals are growing, my alkalinity will drop at a fixed alk dose, being slurry, right? So that's the deal. I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong assumption. Yo, Inspiration 4, rocking the space. 4 civilians, heading up, having some fun. They came back today, but we get to that. I did a couple posts about my pH, because pH to me is a thing. Right now my pH is ranging from 8.2 to 8.5, and I'm pretty happy with where that is. So I just did a couple. It's whatever this time. How's your pH? As far as I'm concerned, pH was a don't chase pH until such time that we started selling CO2 scrubbers. When CO2 scrubbers became a thing and we could sell that media, then maybe pH became more important. But as far as I'm concerned, you can maintain your pH without a CO2 scrubber. It's the same. It's calcium hydroxide pelletized. I don't like this NEM, but it's beautiful, and it lives in the frag tank, and it hides behind this little acrylic box that I built. I do keep NEM in the corner, and that's the way it's going to be. But it's a pretty thing. It's a thing. Oh, hey. I got this to fix. So here's what I'm going to do. This thing comes with $1. Well, it's probably less wholesale, right? But it comes with a thing. I saw those DIY aminos, B. I'm going to check that out. This thing comes with a super cheap line voltage to 12 volt buck. It's called a buck. I'll have to challenge the the monetization for this stream by saying that. But it comes with a line voltage 12 volt buck in here that likes to cook, and this is one of them. Dude sent me this thing. I'm going to take it apart. I am going to repair it with a like-for-like part. So it's a legit repair, remove and replace. But I'm also going to add a port on the side that will give him a 12 volt port where he can just plug in any 12 volt power supply if this thing were to break again. I don't know. It's just something I want to do, just to see what's up. It is the Air Force's birthday? Boy, that seems like forever ago. It was a lifetime ago, right? The little blonde kid's life. What's the date? September 18th? For reals? You'd think I remember that. That was probably a test question, right? Your algae may grow better, too. I just tested. I tested today. Let me look. Lynn sent me the Capital City Coral Show in McLean, Virginia. McLean, whatever. At the Hilton Doubletree tomorrow, 9/19 at 11 a.m. 12 a.m. for regular folk. Or 12 p.m. Durr. That's Australian time. Algae may grow better. Oops. That's my work phone. I am going to look at my parameters. So I tested recently. My nitrates are at 4.5. Oh. Premium Aquatics had the Hanna Nitrate High Range Tester reagents on sale. Not on sale, but available. And I bought 2 packs. I hope that's not too cheap, but I did buy 2. And now they're sold out. But I told everybody, so the people who wanted it went and bought it, so that's cool. Nitrate is 4.5. Phosphate is 0.05. So I'm actually in pretty good shape right now with alkalinity right around 8.8. Thank you, Mother. Are you going to have any more GHL tips and tricks video plans? Michael, let me know what you need. I haven't done a production video in quite some time. I'm still running the P4. I love the P4. 1, 2, 3, 4 dosers. And the KHD. And, oh, that doesn't include the Neptune dose that I converted to operate on GHL. What do you need? Let me know what you need, and I can help you out. Yeah, right now the tank's doing pretty good. But I'm going to try to fix that EBA32. It's an easy fix, right? It's just a little simple soldering and a super cheap part. But try to make it such that the owner can, and I got to figure out who owns that one because they sent it to me, but I need to go find it in Instagram. Should be able to plug in a 12-volt power supply if it were to break again. That's the goal. I got the 4P or P4, either way, whatever it takes. Well, cool. I like that thing. I got you. See? Good. I hope that's working out. Oh, see? Now it's happening. Lauren, you're not paying attention, but the bubbly drink is starting to kick in. See, there's a super cheap part. That's a tiny little part with funky capacitors that like to give up the ghost if there's a power blip. So, and I'm gonna send that one to Sharbuckles in Canada, so he can replace his. Yeah, so I installed a ceiling fan. That's how exciting my life is. Here's the high range reagents from Hannah that I was able to get from Premium Aquatics. It was cool. They popped in. I like shopping at Premium Aquatics. They take care of me. They did, yeah, B. I hear they changed it. I hear they changed the 12-volt power supply, which is good, but I wonder how many 832s are out there with the old power supply. And I'm sure I could find a suitable replacement, name brand one. I think that's how they rolled, right? Frag tank, total mess. This thing is a freaking mess. What's up, Taylor? It's a perfect day for a picnic, so go out there. Okay. So Taylor is in Australia, and he was charged with providing us a tomorrow update. And so here it is. It's a perfect day for a picnic. Go out there, relax outside, which is where I'm off to now. Later, dude. So that's cool. Thanks. See, I like the tomorrow updates. It's very positive. Apparently, Australians are very friendly. I don't know. You know what? I hung out with some Australians. They were Australian Air Force. They were in the Azores with us during the Desert Storm buildup. A, those guys partied. B, they were super friendly. And C, they talk cool. We had a good time with them. They were actually enjoyable to hang out with. There were other U.S. Air Force Base people there, other bases that we didn't jive with, right? I mean, you have these communities within a community that don't necessarily get along with the other communities. We totally got along with the Australian Air Force guys. They were fun. This is a total mess. Lynn says bring them all up. Whatever you want out of this thing, you can have. So a couple things you could see in there. There's some forest fire. There's some cool Monty. There's some Ghani. There's that Gorgonian that's freaking huge from Moki. Actually, there's two Gorgonians. There's one back in that top right, too. Bunch of mushrooms from Mighty Nanotank. You can see my green tenuous that I got back from Chevy. That thing's starting to grow. Actually, the acros are super happy right now, so I'm digging it. I don't want to suggest that all you Australians party, because I'm sure there's some humdrum ones. But you probably all got your act together, don't you? So Rob, who is into his Al, who just posted, I rumble with some Aussies at Fort Irwin. Dude, I've been to Fort Irwin. My cousin was stationed there. That's hilarious. Off the 58 between Barstow and Edwards Air Force Base. That's hilarious. What's up, Matt? My friend just moved from Australia after 15 years. I'll show it. Matt says his friend from Australia is a dick, but that's cool. Because I could be that way too. I'm jealous of Taylor's future. It's raining here, like normal, for spring. So I'd argue that your future is more future than Taylor's future, so maybe you should, even though it's raining, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Is a Tasmanian future cooler than an Australian future? That I don't know. Rob shared with me. What's up, Adrian? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Adrian is from, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trinidad and Tobago. And that's cool, because my neighbor is too. Rob shared a calc slurry calculator to help you get started. And I have found it to be very valuable, but I've also found it to be unconfirmed. Because right now it's theoretical. I haven't turned off my dosing, because right now it says that at 2.875, my tank is eating up 2.875 alk in 24 hours, which may actually be accurate. Adrian, I dig the pictures you share. Thank you, sir. It adds joy to my life. Plus, you're incredibly kind, so thank you. So I'm looking forward to helping Rob. Anybody who's running Slurry, please hit up Rob and make sure that you give him some data. So, like, turn off your dosing for 24 hours and see what your alkalinity does. If mine's truly sucking up 8 or 2.8, I don't know what it's really doing. It's going to give Rob some data that will help him refine this calculator to allow people to maybe do the same thing we're doing. Remember that I'm dosing 1 cup of calcium hydroxide per gallon of water, and I'm dosing just that. That's my only alkalinity and calcium supplement. I don't have a calcium reactor because I think they're dumb. I don't use 2-part anymore because I'm just using Slurry. And this is so cheap. It is the cheapest of all single-part dosing. It's so cheap. You get a 50-pound bag of calcium hydroxide, Mississippi lime, food grade for, I don't know, $110 from Amazon. And that's going to last you forever, even if you're sucking up close to 3 DKH in a 24-hour period. Any data that we can provide Rob to make this calculator more effective, more accurate, is what I'm down for. So, help a brother out. Oh, you know what? No, I did check. I tested the work tank today. There's no nitrates or phosphates in that tank. 0. I need to do something about that. What else we got? Oh, sorry, Chris. Sorry, bro. I know you like what you're using, Lynn. I know you like what you're using, but this really, really works. And I don't have to pay that Tropic Marin price. Remember I talked about light testing? This is what the work tank looks right now. I could clean that off, and in 24 hours it kind of looks like that. This is why I talk about testing lights, BRS tests, in a pristine environment. It's not necessarily representative of what we're going to see at home, unless you're a super, super straight up clean reefer who keeps everything super, super clean, and then BRS's data almost makes perfect sense to me. I mean, you're going to have scape in the tank. You're going to may have something on the bottom of the tank, whether it be sand or corals growing or whatever, but you're absolutely going to have escape in the tank that will minimize the available par in that type of pristine environment. But whatever, if you keep a clean tank and a bare bottom, BRS data is the closest. It's better than it's better than the data that you're going to capture in your own tank, but that's the closest representation to what you'll see par wise and spread wise in your tank. I obviously don't do that, which is why I don't find that data value for that data to be too valuable for my use. It's valuable to me because it offers, like I already said at the beginning of the stream, it offers the high end, right? It offers the very best conditions. That's the best this light is ever going to perform. And like I said, when I test, it's the worst a light is ever going to perform. So somewhere in there is your range. Actually, Dana's testing may be that middle ground. He does a great job with his tests. I don't know. That's how we roll. 2-part Tropic Marin. I get it. I use Tropic Marin. I like that. 2-part is annoying because it also raises salinity. It does, Josh, but only if you're in a small tank. If you're in a larger tank, it takes what's up, OG? It takes a long time to raise the salinity with 2-part. It's just something you gotta watch. I agree, but it's something you gotta watch. Gonna try the milk in the 180. Roger that. Try milk. Regular calc equals skim milk. Yes, that's totally it. So, Algae Warrior, saturated Kalkwasser is 2 teaspoons per gallon. That is absolutely skim milk. That's how I started. I dosed that for years and years before I switched over to Slurry. Calcium reactors are dumb. I just don't get the value of the calcium reactor, right? So it's not the trace thing, because that's been proven. There's very little trace you're going to get out of a calcium reactor. It is generally a set and forget kind of thing, so that's cool. But I got to worry about the compressed gases in that tank. I got to worry about potentially a CO2 leak in my house. That's not necessarily what I want. I have to concern myself with calcium. Actually, now it's probably not so much of a thing given the alternatives that BRS just showed, but I got to worry about Where am I going to get my media? What kind of media am I going to get? That kind of thing. It's just not my thing. I don't want all that complication, nor do I. I have zero interest in paying that kind of money for a thing that I can do with calcium hydroxide. I just don't. I don't get it. I know that people love them, but I don't get it. I also know that you're super successful, Phil. So there's that. I had my first issue with the slurry the other day. SLW20 was cavitating when I pulled it apart. The calc had built up in the inside of the casing. Really? What is your... Scotty, what's your mix? What's your blend? Soy milk better. Oh. How long has it been running? Which, mine or his or Scotty? I'm telling you, Adrian is freaking super kind. So this is the Fluval Spec 3 with the $25 AliExpress Lite that's $70 in the US. And it's a total mess. I need to clean it. It's actually pretty well balanced right now. It's pretty chill. It doesn't chunk up the glass. But it has more Aptasia. It's an Aptasia zoo for reals. Scotty's been doing Slurry for a year. Interesting. Roger. A little inspiration for, and that's it for Jimbo's slideshow. That's all I got. I think. Yep, it is. What else we got to talk about? We already talked about the sweet lights behind me. We talked about that business. We talked about this business. I do milk. What's my baby tank need? A little dose of something. 2 teaspoons per gallon. So you are increasing your concentration, but you're still 2 tablespoons per gallon. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. You had buildup. I'll pull mine out and take a peek. I run mine with the cover off. I would love to see, and really feel this is kind of where I'm heading. I would love to see reefing simplified, which would allow us to reduce cost, right? So somebody who gets into reefing and their tank is super happy and they're debating between a calcium reactor, which is totally effective, and the slurry. I'm trying to provide, because it's not mine, right? This is an old thing that people have done before that Luca kind of put the spurs to, got me interested. I'm just trying to share options that are budget friendly. Sorry. It's like at work when I'm in a meeting and I look at my phone because Instagram's blowing up. What's up, John? It's all about learning. Roger that. Heaping teaspoons plus vinegar. Yeah, so the vinegar makes it more effective, right? That's something. I saw that. One day I'll turn off my dosing just to see what my slurry does. We're at 45 minutes. And I've run out of crap to talk about. Somebody give me a topic. Yeah, Scotty, I could probably drop half a cup. That's probably too much. Maybe I could drop half a cup of calcium hydroxide, which would make my super, super cheap slurry last even longer if I put some vinegar in. I actually dose probably 4 times a day. I'd have to look. A little vinegar at the high point of my pH. I got it dialed in enough that I don't have to defensively dose vinegar to knock down the pH, because I was getting 8.6. But I do it just as a carbon source for the bacteria to keep them happy. I continue to dose EcoBalance. That's my only carbon source that I'm using. Wouldn't vinegar be... Yeah, absolutely. See? Algae Warrior's talking about it right there. What is slurry? Adrian Mitchell, slurry is... So, kalkwasser, which is 2 teaspoons of calcium hydroxide per gallon of water. Don't put it in your ATO. Don't put it in your ATO. Don't put it in your... That's how you know I love you. Because I'm telling you, don't put calc in your ATO. Anybody who tells you to put calc in your ATO, they don't love you. Slurry, however, in my case, is 1 cup of calcium hydroxide per gallon. So 24 times the saturation of calcium, of regular saturated calc. That's what I'm running. So that's a slurry. Because my tank is taking up a lot of alkalinity, then I can dose a slurry. Ultimately, it comes down to what is your 24-hour alkalinity drop for your tank. If it's 0.5 or higher, consider dosing. I mean, absolutely, if it's 0.5 or higher, consider dosing regular saturated calc. If the water that comes along with that calc is too much for your tank, you overflow or you raise the level in your sump too high, whichever, consider increasing the saturation, increasing the concentration, not saturation, increasing the concentration of your calc and continuing to keep that in motion, and whatever that vessel is, dose from that vessel, that in motion, that homogeneous solution, dose that into your tank. That's what I've been doing. You dose on the hour every hour. You're dosing calc on the hour every hour. I'm dosing every... Is it 10 minutes? I'm dosing every 10 minutes. 144 times a day. Carbon dose at the top, running my slurry. See, that's a good call. I think that's a good call. That helps. There is a chance that you could potentially overdrive your pH and put it where you don't want it to be. But anyone had luck finding replacement needles for the Mastertronic? Miguel, I think I'm going to see Moki tomorrow. Oh, bubbly drink. I'll ask him. Maybe he knows. Have you hit Focustronic up? See what they're using. They maybe will help you out. They're pretty cool people. All right. What else we got? We got anything else? I'm not sure I got anything else. Questions? This is what I'm working on next. Where is it? I wonder what to do with it. I must have put it in the cabinet. This is my next battery. So I already built another battery. I'm gonna build this one for the motorhome, I think. It's not gonna have low temp cutoff, but that's fine because I removed my batteries from the motorhome anyway. This is 78 amp hour. And I got 4 of these, and I have a battery management system. And I just need to go to the depot and get some copper pipe and smack it flat and get some bolts for this. Maybe I'll run over to the local hardware store to make that happen. But I want to build that battery. I'm on a battery kick right now. Reading. Sorry, pH never drops below 8.3. Usually stays about 8.5. Scotty, what is do you have an idea what your 24-hour drop is? I'd be interested in knowing that. Because I'm in the same boat, but I'm 8.2 to 8.5. Have you collected all the bits for the Leviathan? Yes. I have not. So I need to figure out the ports. I haven't loaded it yet. It's in the cabinet next to me. I want to fiddle with that. 6 needles for $25. When will we see the Focustronic lights? You know what? I have asked. I am patient, but I'm wondering the same. But I'm not a good role model for being impatient because I'm totally patient, man. You know how long I waited for this stupid laser after I pre-ordered this thing? Same for the car. I can wait. I can wait for years. Rob, you'll get them. Those 280s will show up. You've been watching Will Prowse. You see how long his show up. Let me know how those 280s go. I'm interested in that. I would love to build just this monster battery pack that lives in my closet to power like everything when it all goes bad. Looking for a reasonable price. 6 needles for $25. I mean, it's not that bad. Is it that bad? How often? What's the consumable? What's a MTBF mean time between failure for those needles? Do they go like bad quick? Finally got my Stratons. Ooh, you got my attention, Kyle. Phil's in here too. He's got them. How do you like those Stratons? Man, I would love to test one of those. I would love to. See? Batteries. It's all about batteries. I'm all psyched for batteries. I'm looking forward to our battery future, to be quite honest. I dig electric cars. I would dig anybody who's offering reasonable electric conversion for anything. I would convert any car I own to electric if I could. Like, I would love, even the Civic. I think it'd be awesome to go full EV on that thing. I would love it. Rob, agreed. But if they're like specific, there's got to be a way, right? They don't have real UV. That's fine if they don't have UV. So see, Kyle, you're just baiting me. I know. See, I'm a sucker. I'll go for it. Don't say you have UV when you don't have UV. But if you don't have UV, it's okay. But just don't say you don't have UV. There was a Stratton on Reef to Reef that I almost bought just to sell to a local dude later. Can you kindly explain how to determine how much you need to dose your tank on a daily basis? All right, let's get to it. We got a little bit of time. Adrian, so Kalkwasser. So I'm totally about calc. As far as I'm concerned, you don't need any other single dose solution. You don't need two-part as long as your tank can handle it, as long as the volume can handle. If you're going to dose just saturated calcium hydroxide, which is legit, I made a video once, right? I put 2 teaspoons per gallon in a container, and I shake it up. And I let that chill, and that's the solution that I dose. So what you do, there's a calculator, and I'll send it. What up, Warren? How you doing? I'm sorry to see that you lost a fish, buddy. I saw that fish, and it was beautiful. I'm sorry. But I've been watching your vlogs, and I dig it. Adrian, so don't dose. If you're not dosing, that's cool. Don't water change. Don't do anything. Measure alkalinity. 24 hours later, measure alkalinity. If it's measurable, remember there is a measurement error with like HANA checkers. If you're using HANA, actually any method, you're going to have measurement error. So that's why I always say 0.5 DKH. If you measure a 0.5 or greater drop in a 24-hour period, you're ready for dosing. What I'm going to suggest is always start with saturated Kalkwasser because it's so incredibly easy. Like I said, 2 teaspoons per gallon. Mix it up in a jug. You don't need a reactor. A Kalkwasser reactor is by far one of the... it's just a money thing because it doesn't do anything good other than it gives you like a small space. Like if you don't have a space for a container that you shake up and you dose from that, then a calc reactor, which is not a reactor, it's just a mixer, is fine. That kind of makes sense to me. But the price that they're charging for that stuff is just stupid. So just a container, a 1 gallon, sorry, I'm going to speak in freedom units, 1 gallon, 5 gallon, something that you could shake up and dose from that. That's your dosing vessel, right? Then you can use a calculator that I'll send you to determine what your, it's Rob's here. I'll send Rob's. You can figure out what your, what's up, Big Joey? Thank you for subscribing. I'll send that calculator. You can figure out what based on your tank volume and what your target alkalinity is and how much you're looking to increase in a 24-hour period, you can figure out your dose. Whatever that dose is, let's say it's 100 mil, then you split that across 24 hours and dose every hour. Does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, hit me up. I'll reply to you. You know that. I saw a Tesla Ford F100 swap. Well, that's badass. I like that. Scotty, I would love to test strengths. I'll come back to that quick. Adrian, does that make any sense? If not, I'll type it out when I haven't been drinking Prosecco, and I'll hook you up. The only downside on them is the cost. Which them? Sorry, Kyle, I missed it. Oh, the Stratton. Yeah, but if you can get a used Stratton, that makes perfect sense to me. Agreed, they're expensive. And I don't know that the price is justified because nobody's tested them. I wonder why. Common deal, so yep. Only downside, yep. Warren, I'm more than happy to help you with calc. It's super easy. I know you got your reactor, but you probably don't have, you're not running that, are you? You don't have a lot of uptake yet. How are the corals? They doing okay? Yeah, of course Dana is going to get the Strattons, because here's how that went. Can I get a Stratton to test? Just a demo unit? I'll pay for shipping both ways. No, but you can have an ICP test. If you talk nice about us. No, I don't want that. I'd rather buy it and then sell it than do that kind of business. Hydroid, no, I don't know how to say that. Reacher mothballing his Strattons while he tests some GNC lights. He's sending one to Dana. If Dana's going to test it, then I'll just pay attention to that. That's fine. Eventually, I'll get a hold of one. But I like Dana's testing. I think he does a good job. Yeah, I agree. Calc is safe. No matter the saturation, as long as you're using good equipment, calc is safe. Sorry, Warren. That sucks. The others are okay, though? Yeah, Stratton's cost. Saw some Tesla Land Rover swap Kissimmee. That's cool. See, I like all this. I like that action. Let's go. Let's UV our business. That's what our EV are. Not UV. EV. See what happened? Let's EV everything. Lynn, yes, you do. You do want a Tesla. I agree. So here's what's going to happen. Uncle Elon is going to give us the option to pre-order the $25,000 Tesla, and I will pre-order that car. I'll buy it. Period. 25 grand for an electric, even if it's short range, I don't care. I'll buy it because I know the charge network that I don't necessarily use for my day-to-day. I don't ever. But I certainly know that charging at home is easy. Warren, you drove the Model 3, right? I like the Y. If I had to buy a car right now, it would totally be the Y. Going to follow your advice using salt mix that already matches my tank parameters. Miguel, that's the right way, buddy. I'm getting tired of fixing it. Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that. If it is... do you get HW? Yeah, I get it from BRS. And if they're out, then it sucks. And then I got to consider what other salts I'm going to go to. But I'm using HW Marine. I got 3 boxes in the garage, and I have a bucket, probably half full. I only get it from BRS. If BRS stops carrying it, then I'm totally going to go to Fritz Blue or probably Fritz Blue. That's probably where I'll end up. It was a pain in the ass to get one in Texas? Huh. Sorry, reading, and I'm slow. You could disconnect and make the cabling longer. Interesting. A guy purchased a tank in Stratton from, did a nice write-up on Reef to Reef. His name is Reef Engineer. Those lights, one day I'll see them, right? A whole bunch of people are going to test them. As long as Dana tests the lights, then I'm cool with it. because I know his test environment and I'm comfortable with his data. I would like to have the data, like numbers, instead of the graphs he shows, right? The Excel charts. I don't like those. I want to see the numbers. But, yeah, one day. Model 3 is a little peppy. Anytime we want to give up that Gixxer boring, I'll take care of that for you. All right, so calc. I think we're okay with calc. This entire setup. Yep. Tesla's not allowed to be sold in Texas due to some dealer fair. I thought they got around that. They didn't get around that? I know they figured it out in New Mexico. Interesting. What's up, producer? I'm fixing to wrap up. I've been on for about an hour. We talked about lights. Taco time. Roger that. All right, Lauren. Later. Have a good day. Yeah, have a good day. All right. So I'll probably jump. This is cool. Everybody's been cool. I appreciate that. I just want to, I'll continue to say that I value Dana's testing. I value BRS's testing. And if you're only looking at one source's testing, that you're light testing, that you're probably doing it the wrong way. And you can continue to challenge the method all you want, but it's not going to help. Just let it go. Set that peeve free, bro. Set that peeve free. Well, that sucks. I'm not going to go to Louisiana to pick up a Tesla. That's silly. Damn Texans. But they're building the truck there. So how's that going to work? Thanks, Scotty. Seriously, aren't they building it? They're building a truck. The truck's in freaking Texas. Paula Powell, if you're still on, you're super cool, and thank you so much. Again, never necessary, but totally appreciated. Thank you. Thanks, Phil. Take care. Roger that. Calcium reactors don't suck, but they kind of suck for me. It's not my thing. Not my jam. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to jump. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having an awesome weekend, except happy Sunday for the Australian friends in the stream. Be kind, right? That's all I got to say. Be nice to each other. Expect more from the companies. Expect more from those who sell us the things. But be nice to each other. F-150 Lightning. Nah, what's up, John? Yeah, that's all. Be nice. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. As always, I hope you're well. I hope you're cool. I hope things are chill. I hope your life is good. I hope you're happy. Happy is difficult sometimes, so I hope you're happy. And happy reefing and be kind, everyone. Thanks. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all are cool. This is a good crowd. I really don't want to leave, but I gotta go. I've had too much Prosecco. Okay, bye-bye.